Jonathan Pill, you know what time it is, baby.
I'm thinking it's time to dig deep.
Dig deep, dig deep. Digging deep, what? Digging deep, what? Digging deep, what? Digging and
Dig
digging
deep,
and
dig
digging.
deep, dig deep,
All right,
dig
ladies
deep.
and gentlemen, you know how this goes. You're old hands at this whole thing right here. We have three categories. We have icebreakers, we have deep questions, we have deeper questions, and we are going to answer one of each of these different columns of questioning at random. I'm excited. Feel these nipples. You should too. Feel your own nipples, and let's draw these cards. Icebreaker, deep,
Let's get
and
deep. What do you mean?
deeper.
Bring in from Travis and Peel. Let's dig deep.
I mean, have they talked to you yet on Twitter? Have they come back and said, "Hey,
No, but
Peel"?
we've had people on the Twitter look at our post. So
Really?
that's
There
something.
we go.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
the
like we had like 20 views on it last week, and I was
small
like, whoa,
steps,
wow, that's the
folks.
first time.
Small
Hey,
steps.
what
All
do you
right.
mean?
Icebreaker. Did you
Oh,
have
I just
pets? If you did, you have pets growing up, and if so, what kind?
Yeah, growing up, I mean, crap, almost every kind, cats, dogs, obviously.
Living
I
together,
did have
mass
like,
hysteria.
yeah, I had a mouse as a pet. Remember Pooter?
I do
Remember
remember
Pooter,
Pooter.
Travis?
I remember
Yeah,
Pooter.
Pooter had a pet snake because that's how I got Pooter the mouse. It's because my snake Mystique, a Burmese python, wouldn't eat Pooter, so I ended up keeping Pooter and fed him cat food, and he got pretty big. Uh, and his name was Pooter is because he pooped my arm. So a
Yep.
little poop poop. I had. Yeah, I guess that's actually really it on the pets. Yeah, I've had dogs, cats, whatever. Never a bird person. Didn't want birds. They're too loud, too aggravating. Explosive diarrhea, and I think it was illegal to have like a tiger in Florida, unless you had a permit. So just
There
never
we go.
happened when I was living there.
I have I really didn't have pets growing up. I
Say, I don't remember you having pets at your house, and I just started thinking about that as you were like about to say something. I'm like, did Travis have pets as a kid?
never really had pets. I think when I was like super young, where I barely even remember it, like 3 or 4 years old, we had a dog once. But other than
And then
that,
it
like I
mysteriously got smothered in its sleep, and then you were never allowed to have a pet
it
again.
ran away. It ran away. I promise. So yeah, I just never really had an animal until I moved to Georgia and got married, and then I started out that relationship when we moved in together officially for the first time with a cat, and then eventually we got a couple of dogs, a German Shepherd and a smaller breed and stuff. So, but ever since then, I've had either a cat or multiple dogs, and I have two dogs here. So yeah, just always been kind of petless, generally speaking.
And
Generally
now
speaking.
we have three cats and a dog.
What?
Yeah, yeah.
So
Thorn is like almost 12. Like
yeah,
it's
it's an old cat.
amazing.
You've
It's
had a
my
cat for a
It's an
while.
old cat. He's freaking awesome.
Uh,
And then Toothless is like 9, and Loki we just got this year, and then DJ I think is like 6 years old, and that's the dog.
the Deej.
Deej.
There we go. Well, we'll have to have a meet our pets video one day.
Oh yeah, well they've been in some of the like in the background of the videos, like scratching at the door and everything because they definitely love being in this room. So,
I love my
but yeah,
pets.
let's
Do
let's get a
you
little deep.
do you
Let's get off
see
that ice.
real quick? Do you see yourself like having pets like in perpetuity, like forever? Like
We'll find out because when Thorn goes, I'm gonna be inconsolable and just cut off from the world.
so like once you lost love, you can never love again. Essentially,
Maybe. I mean, I'm gonna have all the
I
other
dig it.
loves,
I
but
completely
Thorn,
understand
though,
it.
that's my boy. Like him and I have been through a lot. And so I don't know what's gonna happen. Like,
Yeah,
hopefully he just lives forever, and so do I, because that's happens, right? Like, our pets don't die
I
on us and
so
break our hearts.
my marriage was I was going through my divorce with my first set and when I split away my ex-wife kept the two dogs. So I never really like we were living together when her cat, like our first cat together, but it was really her cat died, and it was sad, but like I never got to experience the death of our two dogs that I had like bonded with, like completely. So I've still yet to this day firsthand experienced the loss of an animal that I've like had like an immediate initial strong bond with. So I don't know how I'm going to react to that because is there a reality where a dog like I don't think we're going to lose the two dogs that we have here for a very, very long time. But I bonded and imprinted on them like almost immediately. So I love these two dogs. And I don't know. I never really thought about it actually now that, because I know you were kind of joking about it when you said it, but I never really thought about the idea that I'm so imprinted onto these dogs that if one of them died, would that turn me off to going through that again? I never thought about that. And I think, is that a possibility? I don't know if it's going to happen, but is it a possibility? Possibly. I don't know.
Yeah, like I mean, remember, like growing up, like you come to my house, I had Sky. That was our dog. That's our little
I do
gray
remember.
dog.
Yeah, I
with the
remember Sky.
curly
Yeah.
tail and everything. And we had her like crap when we first moved out to the coast. So I was like, I don't know, 13, 14, and then she lasted until like I don't know, I was like 24. But I was, obviously out of the house already. And it's just like this nonchalant conversation. My mom tells me, "Oh yeah, Sky's dead," and I'm like, "What?
Back it up.
What the?
Back it up, Ma."
You just can't just break down. Oh yeah, our family dog's dead.
Miss Donna, we need a little bedside manner for your boy Peel. He's
Yeah.
an emotional.
So it
He's an
was,
emotional cub.
that was pretty rough because I love that dog. She was a good
Yeah.
girl. And like I helped pick her out when we first came out here. So, that was definitely a bond that I had with, an animal for a long time. I knew pets when I was little. But it was,
When I was just a little boy in the South, I'm this little Southern boy, and just littler than everybody else on the park. But I was
over yonder.
rich. I was rich with spirit, even though I was littler than all the other kids.
I was born young. Yeah, right. No, that's not okay for nowadays. Yeah, The Jerk, man. Steve Martin, that was a great movie. But anyways,
Good movie. Good movie.
Yeah. Yeah, so pets, man, it's a bitch, man. It's like another kid. So that was deep.
That was deep.
Get them backhoes out and get a little deeper.
Deep question. Where would you want to spend your honeymoon and why? This is very topical because this is something that you are going to have to decide, if not have decided on it already, because your nuptials
not
are coming up.
They are coming. Don't know, man. We've talked about this, like mountains and forest or beach. What do we want to do? So far, it seems more like mountains and things like that. I think we both were kind of looking at maybe getting out of the country and going somewhere. We even thought about destination wedding, things like that. I mean, for a honeymoon, there's so many choices, and I guess it's just how the mood strikes you. I would love to spend a honeymoon chilling on the beach, drinking pina coladas, and doing things like that. But I would also love to spend the honeymoon hiking off the side cliffs of like Ireland and just viewing in the greenery and all the oceans and everything like that, or being in Paris and soaking everything up there. So this kind of depends on, I guess, what we feel like when we finally make that decision and then dedicating ourselves to it. It's all going to be amazing and fun, but
Yeah. So the dope thing,
everything strikes you differently.
I'm just glad you didn't say Pass Christian, Mississippi, because that would have been disappointing. There are so there's a cool thing. No, there's a cool thing about, because you mentioned like
Biloxi Beach.
you mentioned like Paris and all over Europe and stuff like that, Ireland. What's cool about that? Maybe not Ireland because it's on an island, but the majority of Europe is not. It's not extremely expansive, so you can do a European honeymoon and just kind of like travel by train to
ride.
multiple different cities and have just like a traveling honeymoon. And that would be sick as hell, man. That would be really fun. That would be really cool. I think that's something that's a type of trip that a lot of people do. but not for honeymoons. And I think that would be kind of special. That could be neat. Could be expensive if you're doing a destination wedding and then do a destination honeymoon somewhere. It could be pricey.
Yeah, we decided against that, but it was an idea.
Yeah. I have been on a honeymoon, and we did a Western, like a 7-day, a honeymoon. And it went on a 7-day Western Caribbean cruise through Carnival, and it was dope. It was dope.
Been on a cruise.
I highly recommend it. I think the heyday of cruises has passed, because historically you can go on a cruise and it's truly all inclusive, like all your food and everything like that. Like, aside from your drinks, there's really not many extra charges. But today, now half the restaurants you have to pay a little bit extra. They're not full price because they're discounted restaurant prices, because you are paying like an overall steep price for the ticket itself. And there is still a lot of free food, but like all the really good food, if you want like a nice restaurant, or if you want like sushi or something like that, you're gonna have to pay extra, or you have to like pay for like daily meal cards for like $40-50, where it allows you to get like drinks and food, and you don't have to pay extra on top of that once you pay extra for the membership. It's so weird. So like the heyday of cruises, I think is dead and gone. But I've had that experience where you just go in and everything's free, and it's really cool. And I would recommend it. Like, if my next honeymoon was on a cruise, I don't think I would have a problem with that either, because it's just fun. And then like when you go to port, there are excursions that you can pay for like $80, and you can go 4-wheel riding or zip lining somewhere in like Mexico or something, or like, so you
Just
have
having
an
a good time, you know.
you have an opportunity. So it actually gives you everything. That you can do some adventure, you can
things
do
on
some
port, things on.
yeah, it's really cool. Like a whole day at sea where you can like go throughout the ship itself and just discover, catch a show, sunbathe. Usually nowadays, like fucking cruises have like fucking roller coasters and shit on them and everything like that, so you can do a lot of cool stuff like that. But if I were to choose a place to go, I've never been to Hawaii. I think Hawaii would be I think that would be destination number one, just because it's not a hard place to get to. It's tropical. It feels otherworldly, and it's in America, so you don't need a passport. So I think that would be probably choice number one for me, Hawaii. Go to Oahu and go on the Lost tour. I'm a huge fan of Lost, so I think that would be fun as well. I haven't made it past the Lost tour. I don't know what else I would do. Maybe snorkel. Who knows? But
maybe look at the corals.
Yeah, reef it up.
Look at the volcano. Well, this is funny that you bring this up about the cruises, because I didn't want to bring it up until later in the year. But of course, our first 10,000 fans, by the time our anniversary rolls around in 2022, all get a free cruise trip to Hawaii, as long as we have 5,000 fans.
Nope. We are not holding the Travis and Peel show to that promise, so sorry about that. Maybe, but maybe not.
Yeah, try.
Nope, not gonna do it. My lawyer is looking at me like, we're here. No, we're here.
It's the dog barking at
Gotcha, Greg. We're not gonna do it. Sorry about that, buddy. Dude, our firm right here, Greg and Greg firm, they're the best, man. Like, they're the best podcast law firm.
Noble?
They're here every show. You never see them. They're off camera right there. You're the best. You're the fucking best,
I just
Greg.
have HR looking at me, and I don't know why they're there, but they're just constantly there looking at me.
They're always writing something down. Always writing on their pad. You never know what they're writing. Right. You never know what they're writing. But it's not good. You know that. It's not good. You know what else is not good? This deeper question.
Not good?
Oh.
Good? That good.
Oh, this is good. This is good.
See, told you.
Oh, this is good.
Breathe it in.
What was your first impression of my family? Ooh.
Yeah, you go. I'll go first. I guess that's easier. Okay, I think when I first met your family, I met your mom first, which seems right, because she's very outgoing, personality, very out there, and she's very welcoming and loving and everything like that, and just, had a very unique laugh. And then of course there's your dad, kind of like stoic, sitting in the background,
Yeah.
like okay, okay, with his long, with his long like permed hair.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
wasn't really perm, but it looked perm. He has like nice curls
He
and
had natural
everything.
curls. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So
He had the
yeah. So
Diedrich
Miss Lisa,
Baker
Mr.
Office
Renee back there.
Space. Yeah, yeah.
Like he's making some grease to be dripping off of it.
His Jerry
He's like,
curl. Yeah. What's up, Renee Baum? How you doing? Wow.
and of course he was like DJing like homecoming or something.
Yeah, my dad did
Uh,
DJing.
some
Yeah.
dance at
Yeah.
school. He also did like announcements for the football team for the
Yeah.
football game.
Yep. Yep. He was the
So,
voice of the
like,
Hawks.
meeting your
Yeah.
parents was natural because if you were in the area, in Kiln, Mississippi, like you had to know, like Lisa and Renee Baum. So it was cool to meet them. They were very nice and inviting, and like one of my earliest memories of a job interview. I've been working for a while, but I'll never forget like spending the night at your house and then having your dad wake me up the next morning going, "Hey, come into the living room." I'm like, what did I do? And so like I'm in shorts, like a cut off sleeve T-shirt and everything, and I'm like
So
it's the
normal
Degeneration
clothes.
X. Is the Degeneration X shirt with the
With the-
green hands going across
With
for
the
sucking.
with the sleeves cut off. Yeah.
Yeah. And then like I'm out there talking to your dad, and he's like, "I'm gonna talk to you about a job. I know that you've worked in kitchens and everything," and like it interviews me for a job where I'm spending the night at your house, and then working at the jungle. Welcome to the jungle, Diamond Head, Mississippi.
Hey everybody, welcome to the jungle. Yow, yow, you're gonna die.
So that's kind of how it was. But yeah, it was actually very, very nice, and yeah, it was pleasant. And then your parents are great people. I've known them for a long time, so
So, are you done kissing ass to my family?
yeah.
All right. So, I distinctly remember the first couple of times going to your house and hanging out at your place for the first time. We rarely hung out at your house. Not we hung out at my place more than we hung out at your place. I would say that's pretty fair. So I have maybe my first impression of like your dad. I don't really. It's a strong impression, but it was a strong impression based off of the fact that like, I mean, honestly, I've probably said 2 sentences to your dad ever in my entire life. It's just your dad was very quiet. Kept to himself and stuff like that. And I think every time that I saw him, like he was like chilling, like watching TV or something, and I never like wanted to like interrupt him. Like he just liked to sit quietly, watch TV and stuff like that. So I would, just say hey and move on, mosey on.
Mosey him away.
Just
down the dusty
mosey
trail.
on. So I really, never really spoke to your dad very often. I've like I said, spoke to him a couple of times, seen him a handful of times. So, and that's fine. But that's my initial impression and stuff like that. And your mom has always been just a joy. Like I love your mom. I think you, in a good way, like drove, and we all did this to an extent. I think you drove your mom nuts a little bit, like in an endearing kind of way. But your mom is just a pure soul, and she worked really really hard. I can tell that like she was kind of like the glue that binded that family together and stuff like that. And she was always a big bright smile whenever I saw her. So your mom is a really really great person, and that's like always been a huge takeaway. And then you always had like your cousins, or like your like not cousins, like your nieces, always around the house and stuff like that. So it was just like always there was always something going on in the Peel household. And like you walk into your front house and there's that little den area, and it's just like there's just always something going on in that area at all times and stuff like that. So like those are my initial impressions. It was just like, your dad, like, hey, how you doing? I'm gonna leave it at that. Have a good one, and go go hang out with you. And then your mom, like, whenever it was just hard not to talk to her. I'll never forget. I'll never forget this great. I have a memory with your mom that I'll never forget. I don't remember. I think you and I, like, she was working at the Casino Magic in Bay St. Louis, and you were going to looking into a job at the casino, and she was going to help you get a job, so she put you up for one, but you had to take a drug test. And you failed the drug test, and your mom put you up for the job. And I think you and I were like smoking weed like the day before you went to go get that job or something, and you were trying. I remember, didn't we go try to like get like a detox kit in Gulfport and try to like detox your hair or some shit?
Maybe.
I always felt
It was a hair test. I didn't know it was going to be a hair follicle test.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's right. Yeah, your mom.
When you're young, you know, like adults today don't smoke marijuana.
No, not at all. It's kid stuff. This is Emma coming to say hey. How you doing?
Hi, Emma's.
You doing all right?
Puppies?
She
Hi,
looks like
Daddy's face.
She looks like a gremlin. I mean, you get this,
Oh, she didn't kiss it. Okay.
but she looks like a gremlin.
Well, I guess Emma's ready for dinner then.
She may be ready for dinner and everything like that, but we have gone deep. Nay, we have gone deeper into the
deepest?
dark
Not yet.
recesses
We'll get there
of.
soon.
We've gone to the dark recesses of
We'll walk
vacation
past deep.
and our families. So
Well, hey, Travis. Well, I hope you have a fun time in Vegas, my friend. And we will be
yeah.
back next week. So y'all enjoy the weekend and definitely subscribe to the channel on YouTube, like this stuff, and share them shits.
yeah, have a good one, guys.
That's what the good word says in the good book.